Hello, I am creating this video to suggest that you learn about Szaszian theory. Szaszian theory is related to the ideas of Psychiatrist Thomas Szasz. I was first exposed to the ideas of Psychiatrist Thomas Szasz in an undergraduate class where we read the essay, The Myth of Mental Illness. Later on in graduate school, I was shown a video by, I believe, an ethics professor of a debate between Albert Ellis and Thomas Szasz. It was quite informative. Then beyond that, I've gone ahead and read about maybe 12 to 15 of Thomas Szasz's books and listened to about 3 of them. I would suggest that you read his books to learn about Szaszian theory. You can also look up videos on YouTube of Psychiatrist Thomas Szasz giving lectures and speeches and talks. I would recommend reading, in no particular order, some of his books, including The Myth of Mental Illness. I would recommend reading Psychiatry, The Science of Lies. I'd recommend reading Insanity, The Idea and Its Consequences. I'd recommend reading Fatal Freedom, The Ethics and Politics of Suicide. Another good read of his is Suicide Prohibition, The Shame of Medicine. Another good read is Our Right to Drugs, The Case for a Free Market. Psychiatrist Thomas Szasz advocated for legalizing death control. Now, birth control is controlling when we create life, when we procreate. Death control is controlling when we end our lives. I want to state that I think it will be good if we can reduce suicides to 0. I agree with Thomas Szasz that we should not use psychiatric coercion, force, and confinement to reduce suicides. And this is my own personal view, that we should only use persuasion, reason, and kindness. So suicide should be respected as a civil and human right for adults. That is in line with Szaszian theory. Thomas Szasz labeled civil commitment and the insanity defense as the foundations of psychiatric slavery. And psychiatric slavery is when individuals earn money from psychiatric oppression, coercion, confinement, and force. So psychiatric slavery should be illegal. That is in line with Szaszian theory. Also in line with Szaszian theory is the libertarian principle that all drugs should be legal. And again, I mentioned that book, Our Right to Drugs, The Case for a Free Market. I'd recommend reading that. And the insanity defense should be outlawed. Should be outlawed. That is in line with Szaszian theory. Insanity is subjective. It can be faked. And for a variety of reasons, it should not be allowed. It should not be permissible. And you can read his book, which I believe he thought was his favorite, Insanity, The Idea and Its Consequences. Insanity, the idea and its consequences, to learn more about that. So I hope you choose to learn more about Szaszian theory, whether you are a psychological or psychiatric professional or just a lay person. I feel it could benefit you. If you're a professional, it can potentially allow you and enable you to practice more ethically. It could encourage you to not participate in psychiatric human rights abuses. So I hope you choose to learn about Szaszian theory. And in case you aren't sure, Thomas Szasz, Thomas is the common spelling, and Szasz is spelt Sam Zebra, Apple Sam Zebra, S-Z-A-S-Z. Thomas Szasz, a psychiatrist, a Hungarian psychiatrist, who passed away in about 2012 and was born in about 1920. So he lived a nice long life and wrote about 35 books. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please watch my other videos, visit my websites, and follow me on social media, and have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whenever and wherever you may be. Cheers.